Yeah. Yeah. Enough talk. Enough talk. What's going on? All the badasses are here. All the warriors from Snake Mountain. I don't know. We got Snake Mountain warriors, or we got Eternia warriors. I don't know. We represent here. Either way, badasses abound from everywhere. That's right. I'm hearing something. Has somebody got YouTube on?
I do.
Okay, yeah. I'm hearing that. But it's going to be an awesome day, an awesome stream. That's right, hanging out with some badasses. Eric, I'm really jealous of your collection, Asian movie enthusiasts.
Thank you.
Look at that. It's the castle right there? Look at this. Look at this awesomeness. Right, look at all that. You got Battle Cat and
Cantor.
What?
Yeah,
dude, that is
from my childhood. All of these.
Yeah, see, my father, my father always told me, son, keep your toys when I was growing up. I was like, I'm a teenager now, Dad. You know, I don't need any toys. I don't need any, right? Now look at me, grown ass adult, representing, son. That's right. Yeah. Oh wait,
infestation over there.
Bow. Yeah, we gonna represent. Fuck it. It's fun. It's fun to go back and enjoy your childhood. And speaking of enjoying childhood, Sexy Sumo, what's going on, my brother from another mother? How you doing, man?
Nothing much, man. Just joining you guys for a little while before I get ready for work.
Yeah, appreciate you stopping by.
Eric, do you have a Gwilder over there by any chance?
No, I
don't. Does anyone have a Gwilder?
I have a Gwilder in my pants.
Gwilder's like that character in Jingle All the Way. You know where they're like, we haven't got any Turbo Man, but we've got whatever it gets beat back or whatever. Everyone's like, nobody wants that shit.
and also it's an honor and a privilege and pleasure having the director, filmmaker of Knuckle Dust. That's right, Chad. If you've not seen Knuckle Dust, it's a fun action comedy, over the top, badassity. Check it out. Director James Kermack, all the way from the UK. Thanks for joining today's stream, my brother.
Thank you for letting me represent the UK here.
Yeah, got to represent. Let's see who's here from the Movie Dojo Army. 20 badasses already here tonight. Who do we got? From Snake Mountain, Red Raven, what's going on? Woo Bear, Andre Atkins, I Love Food. Oh, there's our favorite, Sumo. Beefy Beefy McWhat now? I have the power. That's right, representing. That's right, Jake Hall, John Martinez, Mike Swift, David M. Hurd, what's going on? Omegon 32, Heather, what's cracking? She's got the power too. Briscoe. Oh man. Adolf, how you doing? Nice. all the way from Texas. That's right. All right. You're looking good, sir. You looking good. All right. We got all the badasses here tonight, having fun, getting together, talking about what we love, which is movies. That's right. On this newest episode of Is It Really That Bad? Today we're talking Masters of the Universe, 1987, and how in the actual fuck, me being a fucking 80s kid, how did I not see this in theater when this came out? How? This is impossible. Transformers, the animated movie. How did I not see that in theater growing up? I don't know why, but I have a small, tiny memory for some reason, of me sitting in the theater with my dad for the fucking GoBots fucking movie. Like, how the fuck did that happen? Like, the fucking Rock Lords. You guys remember that shit? GoBots versus robots that transform into rocks! Who came up with this shit?
That sounds like Star Wars now.
Seriously. For some reason, I have a small memory that I think I saw that in theater, but the big wigs I somehow missed. So, we're going to go around, talk about our memories of the movie before we kind of dive deep into the plot synopsis a little bit. But yeah, so I kind of I missed my whole chance, grew up as a young teen, and caught it on television growing up. And I watched it on television, and I thought it was entertaining, right? But it's not a perfect movie. It's got some flaws in it, but we're going to point it out. But at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is, were you entertained or not, right? But I'm going to get this off my chest right now. I totally get and I understand for those people out there that hate this movie. I get it. I get it. I totally get it, right? I understand that, right? Same complaints from the fucking Thor movies that you get now. Especially the first Thor. Mostly the first Thor movie. Why does it always have to take place? The whole fucking movie's on Earth. We'd rather be in Asgard, right? Like, I get it, right? I get it, right? But we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. But I grew up with it on TV, and I had fun with it. I don't know. I just wasn't expecting it to be the greatest movies of all time. I just was like, oh, well, this is fun. I like Dolph Lundgren. Let's go ahead and do this, right? But I was captivated by Frank Langella's performance as Skeletor. I really could not take my eyes off the screen every time he was on screen. And it was a lot of fun revisiting this movie, all these years later, and I watched it last night. And there's no difference. It's the exact same. I feel the exact same way. Every time Frank Langella as Skeletor is on screen, I'm captivated. His little Skeletor-isms, the way he looks around, the way he sometimes looks like he's having an orgasm while He-Man's getting the shit kicked out of him. Like, there's these little things. And it was like, some moments he was over the top, but it was over the top in a good way. In other ways, it was like little subtle things, that he would kind of, not shout, he would whisper and talk quietly for a few things. It grabs your attention, you know what I mean? And I think overall, a lot of people that pretty much hate this movie, and we're not here to bash them, right? Sexy Sumo, you bought the Blu-ray recently, so you never know. When we get around to you, you may hate this. You may hate this movie, right?
I also, yeah.
I will not say anything until I'm ready.
Okay, all right. There you go. Like I said, hey, if you hate it, it's all love, right? It's all love. We can all agree to disagree. It's all good here. But I think the consensus is even those that were disappointed in this movie and they hate it, no one really complains about Skeletor. It's always Gwildor. It's always they spend the whole fucking movie on Earth. It's always characters, we're focused on characters we don't care about instead of the main characters. There's a ton of complaints about the movie, but no one complains about Skeletor. So when we finally get around to Sumo, and if he complains about Skeletor, I'm going to boot him from the screen. I'm not taking it. But yeah, that's how I discovered the movie on television, full screen, pan and scan. And then, but I thought it was entertaining when I used to watch it on TV. Eric, history with the film.
Yeah, I grew up with the cartoon, of course.
Yeah.
And this film, Masters of the Universe, was the first film I ever saw in a movie theater.
Woo!
I remember going there with my mom and one of her friends and one of their sons and stuff. And it was pretty. I remember being, a little frustrated with the changes they made, but still enjoying the film. I think I actually had more problems with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2, Secret of the Ooze, with the changes they made to that film when I first saw it. So this one I had a little, I think we'll get into the details why I did like it, but I was good with this, and I watched it on a fairly regular basis, and I actually still do. I usually watch this film like once a year.
It's fun.
So, I'm a fan as well, kind of, but I do understand the problems with it.
Yeah. We're not blind. We have eyes, But I don't know. Let's see what Sexy Sumo has to say. First time watching the movie.
Actually, I saw it as a kid on VHS.
Oh, okay. There we go.
But I just didn't remember a whole lot of it.
Right.
But watching it for the second time.
Yeah.
Since it came out. It was something else, man. A lot of.
He's being nice. That's a being nice answer there.
I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I didn't hate it, nor did I love it. I did enjoy it though. Okay,
that's it.
I'm right in the middle.
Yeah.
It had some funny parts. I personally enjoyed Gwildor. I know everybody hated him.
Well,
but Billy Barty's hilarious, man.
It's Billy Barty. So yeah, we like Billy Barty. Yeah, we definitely like Billy Barty.
Noodles McIntosh from UHF.
Yeah.
And then he was also on Legend, right?
Willow.
He was on Legend.
Willow.
So he did a lot of good stuff, man. He's a funny little guy.
Yeah.
But a lot of the things that I saw, I mean, are we going over key points or just kind of going what I enjoyed about it?
Okay. Go ahead. We'll do that, and we'll just swing back around again then.
You know what? I'm good. I'll leave it right there. That I'm right in the middle.
Okay.
I liked it. Didn't love it. Didn't hate it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sexy Sumo, you are now banished. You are now banished from Snake Mountain. You're supposed to give this movie A+. All right, James.
Sorry, man, I can't follow that. Jesus Christ. You can't do a Skeletor impression and then go, James, you talk now. You just fucked me off completely. UK just got fucked over again. Yeah, man. I saw this in the cinema. I remember being very excited. I had the sticker book. So I collected all the stickers. I spent every bit of pocket money I got on collecting these stickers and filling up that book. And, it would always give you like a kind of the insight to the entire film. So I was super excited. I think, I grew up on the cartoon, on the comic books, the film it didn't have the budget to go into the full lore of the character and the Eternia and the world, and it's a canon film, so it didn't have the budget to go into a Lord of the Rings, Star Wars-esque style movie, which is what ideally the character deserved. But as a kid, getting to see live action He-Man and Skeletor was enough. I mean, I think that's what I take from it is the bits that they get right momentarily at certain points are great because it's the only film we have at the moment of Master of the Universe. So I'll take it for that. But everything, setting it on Earth, I know is always kind of lazy and stuff like that. And it gets a bit much. But the bits that they get right are so exciting that it makes you want the film version that I think everyone deserves.
Right. Well, that's excellent. Excellently put. I can say something.
No Skeletor for him.
I'm only saving it for you, Sumo. No, it's all good.
Sexy Sumo, you boob.
You royal boob. But now I'm really jealous. You guys, both of you saw that in theater. How cool is that? You know what? Here's the thing. I had a lot. Again, should have listened to my dad. I'd be having all my cool shit like Eric. But I was a fan of the cartoon. I mean, we're going back to OG now. We're going back to all the younglings right now in the chat going, what the fuck? The hell is this? Right. We're going back to OG. Beastman, Evil Lyn, right? Man-at-Arms, right? Tila, the Sorceress, right? We're going back. And, I used to watch it all the time. When I hear the theme song now, it's just, man, it brings back a lot of memories, man. A lot of memories.
Saturday mornings, man.
Yeah.
When you get up early and all the cartoons will be on, and that would be the only day you get up early for.
Yeah, and one of the complaints I heard for this film is diehard fans of the cartoon growing up, when they saw the movie, they were disappointed because it didn't take place all on Eternia, and that's understandable. It's understandable. But if I enjoyed it on TV as a fun little sci-fi fantasy flick with a few characters that I recognize, I probably would have liked it even more in the theater. This is just me. I would have liked it even more in the theater if I saw it as a young kid. When I'm watching the cartoon, I probably would have lost my shit, to be honest. It's probably a good thing I didn't see the animated version of Transformers in the theater, because I probably would have bawled my eyes out when Optimus Prime died. So that's probably what happened. So it's probably a good thing I didn't see that in theater. Fuck the Transformers! Fuck the Transformers! Only He-Man and Masters of the Universe are the greatest cartoon in the 80s.
That's really good, man.
Thank you.
That's a good Angela impression that you've got.
Thank you.
Very sweet. All
right, so let's get into the plot here, and then we'll just go around in circles, I got bootleg notes over here, and you guys jump in whenever. Jump in whenever as I go through the notes, and we'll talk about the film here. All right. Plot synopsis. All right. The heroic warrior He-Man battles against the evil Lord Skeletor and his armies of darkness for the control of Castle Grayskull. Again, horrible plot synopsis by IMDb. But a fun cast we have here. We have the only man who could have fucking played He-Man in the 80s is Dolph Lundgren. Arnold Schwarzenegger's got his Conan. He's not going to play He-Man, okay? Arnold is taken. He's got his own characters. Dolph was a great choice. Great choice.
They could have had Bosworth. Brian Bosworth would have been good from Stone Cold.
Oh, but Stone Cold was 90s, right?
I don't know. Is that end of 80s or beginning of 90s?
I'd have to check. That's not a bad pick, actually.
What about the other guy from I Come in Peace? The big guy that was the villain.
Matthias? Matthew Matthias?
Man.
Oh man, if people had a problem with Dolph Lundgren's accent during Masters of the Universe, they're gonna be like, they would redub him.
What about Mark Singer, the Beastmaster?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Man.
Right?
Or Patrick Swayze with some build.
Yeah. Oh, but let's go ahead and get into some of these bootleg bullet points here, and you guys can jump in anytime. Your favorite moments, stuff you like, stuff you didn't like, all that good stuff. So the movie starts out kind of in the mid-war, good versus evil, right? And then you have, somehow Skeletor and his minions somehow conveniently snuck in and took over Grayskull, and nobody knows how he got in, right? So you got, Skeletor representing in the beginning, you know what I mean? Like, yo, motherfuckers, y'all know who's in charge now, okay? All right? Y'all know who's in charge? Yeah. Right. That's what we got in the beginning there. And then you find
that shot.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Looking at that shot right there, that's considered Eternia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big house. So do only 10 people exist in Eternia?
This was my problem. This is one of my issues. I mean, the amazing thing is at the beginning of this, the matte paintings are so beautiful of Grayskull and everything else, and you kind of go, because I haven't seen it in ages, and you kind of go, oh man, yeah, the world building here looks insane, and then you go to these 10 guys who I imagine were in the crew, and they're kind of like, yeah, I mean, they're shuffling, and they're kind of like, yeah, okay, cool. He's the boss now. Okay, and it's like no one cares. They're just like, whatever, dude.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, pretty much.
At least double up on the extras.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Or recycle them.
Recycle them. Shoot them a different angle.
Bring 10 more in, please. 10 more. Just to make a bigger group,
Just run past.
Yeah. Just run past. Right. And, they kind of taken over Grayskull and He-Man and them, or they're just Man-at-Arms, Teela. What did you think of Man-at-Arms and Teela?
I thought they were good casting.
I kind of like them. As
Man-at-Arms
characters.
was better in this movie than he was in the show, in my opinion. In the show, he's kind of he always fails at his projects. He's kind of douchey at times. But in the movie, he's better. I actually think he's better in the movie.
Yeah,
I thought Man-at-Arms was like a tough guy. Was he supposed to be a tough guy? He was so nice, so gentle when it came to giving orders. I was like, wow. He goes, what a nice guy.
Well, apparently he was worse in the cartoon, as Eric said.
I've been rewatching the cartoon a lot lately too, so it's fresh in my mind.
Nice. One of my favorite castings, besides Frank, is the beautiful, wonderful, may have been my early bad girl crush.
Yep.
Meg Foster. Look,
definitely.
she is fantastic. Look at her. Look at her right now.
Dude.
Look at her. Yeah, she's beautiful, and she's great at playing villains. She's perfect. She's got the eyes. The eyes.
Ice cold.
Yeah, I mean, perfect.
In They Live and Blind Fury, man. Like she's fucking great and everything.
Yeah.
Have you seen her now though?
Well, I saw a recent picture of her, yes, but I haven't seen her act.
It's okay. I'd still get my picture with her.
She was in Jeepers Creepers.
How dare you bash Meg Foster! All right, but I came across this photo. So let me know what you guys think. I don't remember this shot of the movie, so I don't know if this was they actually made the hairdress from the cartoon, Evil Lynn's hairdress from the cartoon, or somebody superimposed this. But either way, it kind of works. What do you think of that?
Oh wow, I think that's superimposed, right?
Yeah, I think it's fake. But interesting though, if they did go with it, it still kind of works for the movie. But yeah, There you go. There you go. There you go. Represent the OG right there. Yeah, Megan Fox. I can't believe I just said that. Meg Foster. Dude, that would so happen. That would happen. They would cast. They would.
Bay does Masters of the Universe.
Oh God, that'd be.
You know who
horrible.
else I loved in this movie? James Tolkien, Principal Strickland for Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Like
Dude.
Detective Lubin.
Lubeck is badass.
Dude.
I love Lubeck.
Dude, he might be my favorite character in this movie. despite Evil Lynn and Skeletor, he might be my favorite character in the movie because he reacts naturally like we would.
Also,
You know,
at the end, he's like an absolute G, just sticking in Eternia. Just like, why would I leave Eternia? I got my woman. Like, I'm a god here. This is insane. He's done nothing.
I'm going to show the photo. So, again, spoilers, chat. Sorry, we were kind of, is it really that bad? You guys know the drill. It's always spoilers in here. So, but yeah, we're going to jump to the end here because James mentioned it. And this is one of my favorite parts of this movie is when Detective Lubick, at first he's not trusting the Eternians. He's like, oh, they're part of some fucking cult or something. I added the fuck. It's part of some cult or something, what is going on around here, right? Right? And, he somehow ends up in Eternia when they use the cosmic key. The key! They use the cosmic key to get back there, and he's like next to them trying to yank them, and he gets sucked into the void and ends up in Eternia, right in Grayskull, right amongst Skeletor and his minions, right? And he ends up fighting. And I love how they shot at him. At first, he's like, "What the hell's going on?" He's like, "What the hell's happening?" Right? And then when they start shooting at him, he's like, "Oh wait, what? You didn't shoot at me? Hold on a second." Bah, bah, bah. Nobody shoots at Detective Lubick and gets away with it, right? But this is one of my favorite parts. Growing up, as a young teen, as a child and growing up, as a young teen, I always had issues with movies where they have to leave, like you get introduced. You got from real life and you get introduced to this fantasy adventure universe, and you're having the time of your life over here. Oh, by the end of the movie, we gotta go back. That always bothered me. Even in the fucking Jungle Book, when I was the little samurai, I had an issue with that. He's having the time of his life with Baloo the bear, son. I ain't gotta work. I ain't got to pay rent. I'm gonna just sit here chilling in paradise, hanging out with my homies. Ooh, there's a chick over there. Bye. Gotta go get a job now. Right? I always had issues with stuff like that. So when I saw this for the first time, I was like, fuck yeah. Courtney Cox and the boyfriend named Kevin, they're going back home now because the adventure's over. And I was just like, oh, here we go again. And Lubick was like, no, motherfuckers. No.
Such a legend.
He's like, no.
We didn't see that girl the entire film, so at some point in the last 5 minutes, he picked.
She was one of the 10 extras. She was one of the 10 extras that he's got at the beginning.
He's like, no, motherfuckers, I got status. I'm part of security here. I got a girl. No. I ain't going back to the real world. Fuck it. You guys have fun. Have fun going back and working at KFC. Have a good time. Right? Yeah, this was great. It's one of my favorite parts of this movie. Yay! Yay!
A good sequel when Courtney Cox and her boyfriend go back and they get done for Lubeck's disappearance. So it's a whole different movie. But I'd watch that.
Oh my God. But yeah, look, Mr. Tony of the Dead representing. What's up, Tony? I'd stay in Eternia too, man.
That's it, man.
Fuck coming back here, dude. Seriously.
There's only 15 people there, so there's a lot of space.
What did Ron Perlman's character say in Alien Resurrection when they had no choice but to go to Earth to survive at the end? And he goes, "Earth, man, what a shithole." Yeah. All right. So they have taken over. Grayskull. That's right. And they got in using Gwildor's cosmic key that he built. And that's how they snuck in, but they didn't know Gwildor had an extra, right? But let's just get this. Come on now. Let's talk about the man right now. Let's talk about the man. Look at that. The fingers. Look at the finger.
It's badass, man. It's like Shakespearean character. Like it's so epic. But this film, it reminded me of like Alan Rickman in Die Hard, and like what's his name, Crichton in Flash Gordon. The kind of mixture of those two, where it's kind of like really believable but big at the same time.
Yeah,
he steals the film. He's amazing.
Oh yeah,
and he took it seriously. You could tell he was taking it seriously.
It's a real part.
He was Dracula serious.
That's right. You did play Dracula, yeah. But yeah, it's like, they're all happy and chilling, and Evil Lynn's like, now, Grayskull is ours. And he sat down. He goes, no!
It's mine.
Yeah. Look at that. It's so fucking great, dude.
Super boss.
It's almost like the director and everybody was probably on the behind the scenes like, Frank Langella knows he's in a He-Man movie, right? Like, he knows he's in a He-Man movie, right? His acting is, like, off the chart. And, yes, I believe this is confirmed. This is a confirmed quote for him. He had so much fun playing this character.
Yeah.
That, the Academy-nominated Frank Langella, one of the best actors going today, this is his favorite role. He never had so much fun with this role than all the other movies he's made. And it shows on screen. It's delightfully evil, man.
Well, he said he took it because his son was a huge He-Man fan. And he really wanted to do something
for
his
really?
son. Yeah. And then he took him to the screening, the premiere, and his son went to sleep for the whole film.
That's hilarious.
But he didn't care for Skeletor at all. He just wanted to see He-Man, and that was it. But yeah, he did it for his kid.
Dude, it's like fucking Street Fighter with Raul Julia.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow. I am the best character. Only the best actors play me. But yeah, he steals the screen.
And the makeup is badass, dude. I mean, my girlfriend, my fiance, is a makeup artist in film and TV, and she said the makeup is on point in this film. Like it looks good. Yeah, look at him, and you could see face expressions. His mouth moves perfect.
Well, I saw the commentary today by the director, and he said they intentionally focused on not having it be too stiff because the makeup at first was too stiff, and he wanted Langella to be able to perform, to see his performance, not through a mask, but have enough flexibility. It's like they worked on it for a while to get it right.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
That's what I mean. It isn't as much shit as the film gets. Like, you can tell there is so much effort gone into the film. Like, it doesn't. The stuff doesn't look cheap at all. It's just they couldn't do certain things.
Even though the movie was low budget compared to big budget Hollywood blockbuster standards, this was a low budget film. It was a high budget canon movie.
Yes,
but it's a low budget compared to the blockbusters.
All the budget went to the Skeletor's makeup and none to the extras. That's just like 10 people in there.
Well, they paid $1 million an extra. The extras casting director was shit.
All right. So let's get to who a lot of people call the Jar Jar Binks character of the film. We love Billy Barty, but how do we feel about Gwildor?
I loved Gwildor.
He was funny, man.
I liked him. I mean, this guy at one point steals a bucket of tasty ribs with a grappling hook. After that point, I was on board with this dude.
These are good. These are good.
Barbecue?
Wow, segue to legend there. Nice. It's funny because people complain about Gwildor, and I could see the annoyance, but I guess they forgot how fucking annoying Orko kind of sounded on the cartoon. Orko sounded just like Gwildor.
Yeah.
Very similar.
The only reason they changed that is because Orko was flying around all the place and you couldn't ground it. So they had to give it something else.
Their only other option was, hey, let's just get a Muppet and just pull it on strings around the... You know how bad that would have looked? That would have looked so bad.
It was the 80s. Any fantasy film, you had to have a short person in it. That was just Time Bandits or Willow or whatever. You had to have a person in it to make it look... It's like, have you seen that film Living in Oblivion? where they hire a dwarf or a short person to be in a dream sequence, and he's like, "How many fucking dreams have you had where there's a fucking dwarf?" You know, but they're like, "Why do you keep hiring us to be in these dream sequences?" So it's like any fantasy film was just like, well, there must be short people there, otherwise, why not get a giant? Right. A giant is too much budget. We'll get a short person.
Right.
They pay him half.
Yeah.
Right.
We can get more extras.
There you go.
Tony says we need Orko. Well, now that they have the budget now to make this movie proper, they can put Orko in there.
It's just a cloth hanging on a ceiling fan, just spinning around in circles.
Although one thing I didn't understand, and the director never mentioned it, and I don't know why, is why they had Beastman, they had Evil Lyn, but then they put these other dudes in.
Blade.
Yeah, Blade, who I like.
I like Blade.
Thorod was fantastic special effects on that thing.
Yeah.
The reptile dude. But I still wondered why they didn't put in Merman and Trapjaw. Did anybody hear anything about that, or?
No.
Maybe it was cheaper. It's probably cheaper to just create their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, potentially there's a rights thing if somebody designed them.
Yeah. Look at him. You're right, Eric. Look at that.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
The neck puffing was pretty awesome.
I actually didn't mind Beastman's look. Because Beastman to me was always kind of goofy, and he always got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
On the cartoon, so I didn't mind him being goofy in here and getting beat up. I didn't mind it. But here's a not a fun fact. Here's trivia. Where have you seen this actor before? And I enjoyed Blade's character. I thought he was fun in the movie.
Is that Mr. Strickland's son?
Are you ready for this? Roadhouse.
Really? Is that guy?
No way.
Gotta give him hair.
Let me look at his neck. Hang on, let me look at his neck. Oh yeah, that's the guy.
No way.
I recognize him now.
He's Roadhouse, man. That's him. Because he watching it again. I'm like, when I was watching it last night, I was like, man, why did Blade always look familiar to me? And I looked at him on IMDb, and he's the guy from Roadhouse, man. I was like, what?
Hey, did you guys notice this with Blade? When he got a hold of He-Man's sword, how excited he was. Oh, yes. Dude, he had a full-on boner when he's holding that thing. Yeah. It was insane. And the smile and the look of his eyes, like, oh, he's like, I have the Blade. I was like, oh my god.
And the thing is, it didn't even do anything. Like in the cartoon, he shot shit out of it, but it was just a sword. So when he held it, I was like, but you've got two swords.
Yeah.
You've got loads of swords. Your name is Blade. Like, you must have a wealth of swords. So this is just weird.
On his person too. Like he had daggers around his legs.
Yeah.
He had like a dagger belt. I think he had something around here, and he had the launching darts. Like he was stacked. He was machete before there was machete.
Yeah.
But he wanted that He-Man sword. If you catch my drift. But,
I mean, there's some undertones.
Yeah. Yeah. But let's see here. Let's get back to the movie. A little bit of the plot synopsis a little bit here. So, He-Man and friends, they meet up with Gwildor. Gwildor explains what happened. He apologizes. He's like, I didn't know. She conned me out of it. She took the cosmic key. I don't know. She was beautiful. How was I supposed to know it was Evil Lyn, right? So then they're like, all right, use the key, get us in there. We got to save the sorceress, man. Skeletor's just draining our power. We got to save the sorceress. They go in there. I wanted more He-Man blocking lasers with his blade.
Yeah.
That was dope. And he's like, bow, bow, sink, bow, bow. I wanted more of that, man. That was fun. But yeah, good, badass, fun little action we got going there. Of course, Skeletor and them, they roll up. Because every time someone else uses the key, they know your location. So as soon as they use the key, everybody shows up. But they got to get out of there. They got to escape. They're outnumbered. So then we have cosmic key action. They end up on Earth. And Eric, you can take it from there. And then we'll just bounce around.
Yeah, so they get to Earth, right? and they see a cow in a random suburban area, which I never really understood even as a child. But it was still kind of fun.
But next to a barbecue shack, which I found strange.
Oh yeah, I guess it does make sense. But so they try to find. The problem is the cosmic key got lost because remember, Gwildor got it with the grappling hook, and in transit it got slipped out of the grappling hook. So they're like, oh, we got to find the key, So they're walking around trying to do that. There's like an out of fish or a fish out of water scenario where I guess Eternians don't eat meat, but Man-at-Arms is perfectly fine with it when they're eating the barbecue.
It make me wonder about their diets, man. Because they're like, these people are barbarians. I was like, you have a man with a skeleton head, like, taking over a castle. Like, what do you eat?
Yeah.
Yeah. As big as Dolph Lundgren is. Come on now.
Yeah. Then we actually shift to some of our earthly companions. You had Courtney Cox and her boyfriend who kind of grated on my nerves a little bit, the film. He was okay, but Courtney Cox did a good job. And they're having their relationship problems. Courtney's parents died back in the day and yada, yada. It's basically like just filler material. And then eventually they use the cosmic key at the high school gymnasium, which is one of my favorite scenes in the film. Because then Skeletor's guys get in there. They have a blast. They're blasting away. She's scurrying around trying to get away from them. And then He-Man shows up when you get the first legit fight on Earth. And I thought it was a pretty good fight. It's in this little warehouse area.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good. Blade has a pretty good fight against He-Man there, and it was pretty entertaining.
Mm-hmm. That's probably one of the better action sequences in the movie, actually.
Yeah. Oh, actually, the score during that scene is my favorite piece of score music in the whole film. It was a pretty good, upbeat, adrenaline pumping score in that part of the film. That was probably my favorite part. The
score is great. I think the whole score is Bill Conti.
Is that it? Bill Conti? Yeah. I mean, you could cheat and say, the theme song sounds a little bit like the Superman theme song a little bit. You could be nitpicky like that, but other than that, overall, it's a really good soundtrack, man. Really good. Cosmic Key's got its own theme song. I think my favorite piece of music is when you get to the Skeletor speech at the end, which we'll get to that. I love the music in the background when he's just monologuing. I love it. But yeah, so he meets up with Julie, and Julie tells them, well, Kevin, we're going to call him Useless Kevin. So Useless Kevin has got the cosmic key, right?
And then he gives it away straight away.
Damn you, Useless Kevin! Yeah, he gives it straight away. So they go to try to find Kevin, but they end up going to, Charlie's Records place or something like that?
Yeah.
Charlie's Music Shop.
Did not expect He-Man, Man-at-Arms, and Teela to have a do-or-die battle inside of a music store, which is which screams 80s, baby.
Yeah. I mean, once again, to go back to the extras, nobody, not one person, comes out in the street and says there's a ship coming down here with guards and guns and lasers, and there's a guy in a cape, and there's this guy who's a beast, and no one calls the police, because the police turn up and they're like, Lubeck, you dick, you're lying, what are you talking about? I'm like, who lives here? It's just a music shop, an empty school, and people from Eternia. I'm very confused about where this is in America. And a cow.
Yeah. And at one point, Skeletor rolls through Main Street in battle cruiser, just going around.
No one.
Yeah. Where are the people?
Also, he said, "Do you want to come see?" Kevin says, "Do you want to come see my sound check?" As if there's going to be some sort of concert later. So, who's going to this concert? Because no one's out.
Yeah,
they're setting up for prom.
Yeah, but when Skeletor rolls in, because the mercenaries are failing, he sends Evelyn in there, because Evelyn was talking about the mouth, and she's like, "Well, I didn't suggest I go with them," and he goes, "Well, you should not have spoken."
Yeah,
that was so fucking one of the best lines in that movie, man. That was just like, holy shit.
The other one I liked is when he looks at his mercenaries, he goes, "A curious quartet."
Yeah, I wrote that down. That's good. What's a curious quartet?
And I love how when they failed, he ends up killing the lizard one. And then right after that, Beastman's already groveling, like he's already groveling to his feet. Oh, it was hilarious. But yeah, you should have not have spoken is one of the most gangster lines.
What about the other one he said when he's sitting there on his throne and the sorceress is speaking and he goes, "Someone is speaking to me."
Yeah,
And he goes, "Oh, it's you."
Oh.
He has some badass lines in that script, man. They're great. One of my favorite ones I wrote down was, "Tell me about the loneliness of good. Is it equal to the loneliness of evil?" And I was like, this is a brilliant fucking line for a film based on a comic book from Canon. I was like, that's a glorious fucking line. And also, I really wanted to hear the answer, which we didn't get.
Yeah. Oh, and you gotta love that during the shootout, Lupik convinces Tila to help her buddies just so he can get the drop on Kevin because Kevin's got him at gunpoint. And she goes out there, shoots like 5 dudes, stops, looks at the camera, and says, "Woman at arms."
Yep.
Badass line.
Yeah. It was fun. That was fun. I always liked that. Let's see.
And those guards were just as bad as stormtroopers.
Oh,
The
yeah.
firing was terrible.
They were all over the place. I mean, the only problem with the lasers was like after a while, you're kind of like, I don't really know what you're aiming at anymore. So all the tension just kind of dissipates because it's just noise and light. And I kind of, I mean, it made it good every time He-Man got his sword out because I was like, oh, come on, this is fucking badass. But those lasers after a while, you're like, dude, man, come on. It's quite
Oh, man. All right. Sumo, take it from where we left off. Shootout, the music store. Where we left off
Shootout at the
now.
music store? Let me see. Where am I on my notes
After
here?
that, I feel like I'm doing all the talking. I want to get you guys.
No.
Oh, during the shootout, though, you have to talk about Evil Lynn's little thing that she does to Courtney Cox's character.
That's what I was going to get to. So it's like as soon as during the whole shootout, next thing you know, Courtney Cox's character sees, or Julie sees her mother in the alleyway, right? And she's calling out to her like, "Hey, it's me." And she gets all excited because she could have sworn her mom was dead. So next thing you know, she comes out of the alleyway and she's hugging her and telling her how she misses her. And then Evil Lynn's like, "Hey, the only reason we had to fake our death is because we were on a mission, trying to make it believe like there's some sort of spies or they work for the government, So they wanted they wanted the special key or the instrument to take it back." So then she goes inside, and while everybody's fighting, she just grabs it and takes off running. And she's like, "I'm sorry, guys, but I gotta take this," and boom, bolts out of there. And next thing she gives it to her, and then that's when she transforms back to Evil Lynn. There it is. And then so she got the key, and then what does she do? No! Why did I give her the key?
I think wasn't Evil Lynn implying? Well, she was her mother, posing as her mother, pulling a Shang Tsung. Was she implying that they were working with them, like the Eternians?
Yeah.
Is that what she was implying?
Did she imply that? I don't know. She was just saying that she was on a mission and had to fake her death in that fact.
It came across as a kind of government thing, but Julie didn't really ask any questions. She was just like, "Yeah, cool. I'll go get you that thing." It's like, I'd be a bit pissed off if my parents disappeared for 3 years and then rock up.
And didn't they die in a plane crash?
Yeah, it was a plane crash,
So, so you guys killed, other people to fake your deaths or something? like, hold on, Mom.
That's where all the extras went.
What about Karg? What did you guys think of Karg?
Karg's the guy with the white hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
a little kid on Mad Max.
Yeah, it was cool.
What always made me laugh was every time he tried to get Courtney Cox, he was all like, "Come here, my pretty." He kept calling her that.
The Wicked Witch.
It's kind of made me laugh. But yeah, go ahead, Sexum. We'll keep on rocking and rolling, my friend.
So then Evil Lynn's got the key, and that's when Skeletor makes his big entrance on his big cruiser.
Just pimping, coming in, pimping out.
And then he's got his troops on hoverboards flying out, all over the place. In which you would think when they're flying all over the place, you would still see more people, but you see nobody.
Nobody.
You know, just flying around randomly.
No cops, no random people going. What the fuck?
Yeah,
again,
freaking out.
So no cops, no random people to go. What the fuck means no budget. That's what that means. So let's talk about the ambitious. We ain't got no budget, but fuck it, we're gonna try it anyway. The ambitious hoverboard action sequence.
Oh,
what did you guys think about it?
That was something else.
This bit was cool. As soon as that sword came out, I was like, I'm in. Get rid of the laser gun. The sword comes out. It was cool as shit.
Sumo, what'd you think of it?
It was well put. I mean, obviously, like I said, special effects back then were a little wonky when it came to Canon films. So like the whole time they're flying, especially when they had to make those sharp turns going upwards, like the body literally it's like a cutout, and it's just going and it's flying up. It was weird.
Yeah.
But then of course they do the close up with the sword, and he's just like cutting them up and destroying them, which is really cool. Yeah. But it's just the whole flight portion was like kind of weird when they're flying over the rooftops.
It's a little wonky. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Old technology meets a small budget. There you go.
Right.
But
that's Canon,
I gotta love Canon. And I even though it was a little wonky, I'm glad it's in the movie. Because we needed more He-Man fighting alone and doing his shit.
Not driving around in a Cadillac.
Yeah. Which Gwildor pimped out.
Oh yeah.
In like 5 minutes.
Big time.
Oh my god. Yeah, good stuff. Go ahead, Sumo.
So that being said, they end up on the rooftop. Man at Arms, with Attila and Gwildor, they get captured. Right. He tries to. He comes up to the rooftop, thinking that it's only like a few people, but then you got the whole brigade right there. So he's trying to find him, but then he obviously had to give up, right? Because they were going to sacrifice them, and so they left them all behind and took He-Man away, right, as prisoner, as a slave.
I love one of my favorite parts of the rooftop scene is when they're all sitting up there trying to figure out what to do, and all of a sudden you see a Skeletor's ship slowly coming up from behind.
You couldn't even hear the engine roaring or anything. It was really silent.
Yeah, that's one of the best parts. James, we're getting towards the finale here. I'll segue to you.
Go for
Keep on talking.
Just to go back on that bit, I love the rooftop sequence.
Yeah.
Purely because it's one of the first times that we see He-Man without lasers and people attacking him. And it was super cool. And it reminded me of, Flash Gordon at the beginning, where it's like Blue 42 and he's taking them down with things. And he does that thing where everyone piles on and everyone goes up. And I was like, this is cool. This is just He-Man against people with his fists sort of thing, which we hadn't particularly seen that much of so far. So I enjoyed that. But so He-Man's gone. He goes back and he's tied up, chained in Eternia in Grayskull, and he's getting the shit whipped out of him with a laser whip, which was badass. That was pretty cool. None of the whips really seemed to hit. I
noticed that.
Quite far away.
Yeah, it's almost Dolph moved too early before the special effect came around,
Yeah, it was kind of like that wasn't matching up as much as you'd want. Sorceress was looking about 300 years old, so she was pruning up nicely. And Julie had been zapped in the leg, which is something we'd never seen throughout the entire film, and they just explained it away as that's Skeletor's thing. And it looked like gangrenous and gross, but I was like, why has he not just done this the whole way through? That looks badass. He could have just done this to He-Man ages ago. But, we need a plot point to get us there. And then because the key is broken, Gwildor has to have some music. And luckily, by chance, Kevin is a master songwriter, as he's called. So he goes back to Charlie's, which has been decimated, but luckily one keyboard survived, which he collects and brings back. So that was pretty lucky because obviously Charlie actually complains that everything's destroyed, but that
really quick, James, hold that thought. So now James is getting to the part where finally useless Kevin doesn't become useless. I like to rewind earlier. Do you remember when useless Kevin was in his house being useless? Do you remember when they invaded the house and they burst through the door? Did you notice that Yeah, Beastman came running in and he threw a napkin at Beastman. Did you guys notice that? It's like, what? What are you doing?
I really felt that was like a thing that happened in improv, and it ended up in the film, and he was devastated.
And then later,
it's just the first thing.
When he wakes up from the necklace, you got Tila there with a huge laser gun. He picks up a chair and tries to hit Tila with the chair. She just blows the chair off her. He's like, "What are you doing, man?"
And you wonder why Courtney Cox is leaving. Like, you know, you hang out one evening with Kevin, and it's like, you know, she's leaving at 8:30 in like 2 hours, and he's like, "Do you want to come see me sound check on my shit keyboard?"
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah, I wanted to segue back to that because I put that on my notes. I was like, did he just throw a napkin at
And why was he
Beastman?
putting Burger King cardboard containers and fresh oranges in the sink?
In a house that's not his, that his girlfriend has already moved out of.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's possible Julie was already thinking about leaving Kevin after being embraced by He-Man's pecs.
Oh, dude.
You know? Oh, come here, Julie. Oh, it's all right, you know.
Dude, was it me, or was his body, like, engulfed in grease?
The time.
Movie. It's like, that's where the budget of the movie went. Barrels of grease, just sitting around the stage, and they just lather him up in it. Because when she hugged his face,
Yeah.
you can see her face, like, sliding up and down his
You can see her reflection.
Oh, dude, it's terrible.
So when Lundgren comes in to shoot, does he like sit in a chair and like women are like rubbing grease on his chest?
Non-stop grease.
Yeah, it's like the greasy strangler.
There was one other fun fact, or fun moment, not fun fact, fun moment I like when Evelyn finally arrives because the mercenaries are useless. And then all of a sudden, she's like, "Okay, so where were you guys outnumbered at?" And she picks up the
scanner.
Yeah, that was an interesting scanner. It shows
cool.
it shows what happened earlier, and it shows the whole fight of He-Man kicking their asses. And she's like, outnumbered, huh? Oh, wait, there is one more person there. Oh, it's a young girl. And Card's like, you bitch.
Didn't Batman have that technology on the Arkham Knight games?
Yeah, he might have done.
Sure.
Actually.
I remember seeing when you go in detective mode, and all of a sudden it's like replaying the scene of what happened going backwards.
So Batman copied He-Man.
There you go. Yeah. That's right. That's right. The first Thor movie and the first Wonder Woman movie copied He-Man, the fish out of the water story.
What was amazing was, though, on that scanner, the fight sequence is obviously from one angle. The fight was better on the scanner.
That's true.
When they cut it. Great.
That's true.
I was like, why didn't you just do a lot of this stuff in one shot? It looked cool. Yeah, boom, boom. And it was all movement, whereas the other one was like really quite clunkily moved, and you're kind of like, okay, cool, what's happening? But I thought that looked really good.
I would like to point out that early fight, early in the film, the editing was a little off, where it basically showed parts of his chest, and he was like the one at the very beginning of the film.
The last one as well, when he hits people, they're like, because they shot it from the side rather than on angles, you literally see the fist and then the face completely off, and just people going like this. And I was kind of like, I mean, you had an editor.
Yeah. Oh man. Too much fun. Nate Dogg's in the house. Thanks to the dono, brother. Is Dolph Lundgren not greased up in the 80s?
That's a canon staple, dude. Every canon movie, somebody was greased up.
You had to be, man.
Yeah, go ahead, James. Take it from there, man. Where you left off.
Jesus, where did we get up to? Kevin's playing the keyboard.
Yeah.
Kevin's playing the keyboard. And Gwilda's going to take them back because he's found the key after he's done a little bit of great humming of the tune. And then Lubeck finally turns up and he's like, "You can't, what are you doing, guys?" And then they're like, "You can't stop us now." And he's like, "I'm going to stop you." And then they transport a quarter of the set into the castle set.
Yeah.
But it's really oddly cut because previously you had to jump into the key, whereas this they're just gone. And they do that cool thing of taking half the car and a bit of a brick wall, which I thought was really brilliantly cheesy. And then we're all in Eternia. Lubeck's very confused for about 60 seconds. And then he starts to kick the shit out of people who apparently can't stop shotgun bullets, but they can stop lasers. And then we go into the brilliant end fight, which
transformation
I read.
first.
The transformation, and then this end fight, which I read the director had to pay out of his own pocket to shoot because they had shut it down and said no more. And basically, that's why it's all dark and there's only a few random lights.
No way!
Together, and he said, "Look, we need this end fight, guys. So we've got nothing." So he paid for it out of his own pocket and got on the set and just did it.
No way! That makes so much sense now.
Yeah, because the lighting goes from bright to darkness and a red light, and then back up to brightness. And also, there's no cutaways for the other cast watching the fight. It's just the fight. But I love that fight. But yeah, I thought it was fascinating.
Wow, that's mind blowing right now. Holy crap! I always thought it was an artistic choice, but wow, there you go.
No,
Chat,
studio
to show how low. Yeah,
they said you're done tomorrow. Pack up tomorrow.
Oh shit! There you go. You gotta love Canon. There you go, chat. That's how low budget the movie was. They didn't even have time or money to finish the end fight, and the director had to do it on his own. Wow. So we were lucky to even get that.
Yeah, but you're right. The thing I missed out there was the transformation, which the Skeletor transformation is mental.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. I don't know the logistics of him wearing this gold suit for very long. It looks extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah. God Skeletor.
And it just kind of like, it just seemed a tad out of place. And it was kind of like, we need to make him look like he's got all the powers. And I'm like, gold doesn't massively do that.
Right.
So I was just kind of like, this seems a bit weird. And also it's kind of like, I've now got the power of the masters of the universe. I'm the master of the universe. But He-Man didn't have any powers. So I was a bit, because He-Man usually could shoot stuff out of his sword. And
he had like super strength, I thought. He didn't have strength of 100 men at least or something like that, I thought.
5 men, maybe 7.
5 men?
Yeah. 7 large men.
And Battle Cat. Battle Cat transformed. That was about
exactly.
it, right?
You had all these kind of magical superpowers, which we didn't have in the film. But then suddenly Skeletor gets all these powers. And I was kind of like, well, what does the sword do for He-Man then? That kind of...
Where was Battle Cat anyways?
It looks...
Yeah, it was Battle Cat. That was one of my main questions.
They left him at a kennel somewhere?
It's called this. If we ain't got no money to finish the end fight scene and we're shutting down the project, we don't have money to do Battle Cat.
I guarantee you Frank Langella would have ridden a panther in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
He would have done it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me sit down on Panther, right? He's sitting on him right here, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my God. But, wow, that's really fascinating. The gold suit looked expensive. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the budget went to that too.
Yeah,
I kind of liked it a little bit because it looked like some kind of. Before it was officially named God Skeletor, I always called him as Mandarin Skeletor because it looked like that. But they had to have him power up. But it don't matter, man, because He-Man gonna do his thing. You know what I'm saying? But we have our end finale fight. He-Man's doing some swashbuckling, swinging, lasers. I love how slowly, just like DJ did in Street Fighter, slowly Evil Lyn and Beast, everybody else is kind of like, all right, let's get out of here.
She did that after Detective Lubrick started shooting people, and she's like, oh, man, they got this guy. I'm out of here.
Oh, dude, do you remember Lubrick's quote when he got shot at?
No, what was it?
He says, all right, pinkos, Because you want to play some games? And he starts shooting at everybody. All right, Pinkos is insane.
Yes.
That's it, man. I'm taking that one.
He had a big He had a big commie thing throughout the whole film. Where he was like, it's communists invading, and that was his whole kind of like, his problem with everyone. So fair play to Lubeck.
Yeah. But I know some people look at the Back to the Skeletor speech monologue as it being too long. I love every minute of it.
I thought it was great.
I love every minute of it. I love the music with it. It's my favorite score piece. And so now, to prove who is the biggest Masters of the Universe fan, who remembers the speech word for word, go.
That's you. You remember.
That's you.
Come on, Eric. You got to say it right now, word for word. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, I just love.
Speech in the Skeletor voice.
I am more than man, more than life. I am a god. Yeah.
This whole live stream was worth it for that. So worth it.
Yeah, but I love the lead up to it. I love how he's having the O face and he's going crazy. And ever since General Zod in Superman 2 said kneel, I love kneel. That's one of my favorite words now for villains to use. And he transforms into God Skeletor and he goes, kneel! Blast comes out, hits the pecs, bounces off the pecs because it's the He-Man. It's the Dolph Lundgren pecs, son. You're not going to hurt.
All the grease.
Yeah.
Lasers can't hit that
guy. Oh, man. But, we get down to the nitty-grit here. He-Man finally makes his way up to the sword, grabs the sword, son, says the line. That's right. I have the power, motherfuckers. That's the Samuel L. Jackson version, right? He does that.
Is it me, or was he chewing gum when he did that?
What, He-Man?
Up there, he was chewing on something.
I don't know.
I even rewinded a little bit because he said, I have the power.
Yeah.
And then it cuts back to him holding the sword up, and he's going like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, the guy's fucking chewing gum. He is chewing gum on set. It was unbelievable.
That's it. Now that's all I'm going to look for now when I watch the movie again.
I think it was right there. If you look closely at his mouth, you can see it.
Hey. Oh, Dolph, you did that whole thing with gum in your mouth. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's it? That's all the time we got? Oh, okay. Leave it in. Fuck it. Fuck it. Leave it in the movie.
3 takes to get the line right.
Fuck it. Run out of time and money. Fuck it. Just go with it. And then we have I ache to smash you. And then enough talk. And then he goes, let's see. Let's get ready for the final battle. Yeah, and they get to the bow. That's right. Yes, the whole set exploded on impact, and everyone died. Everyone died. The end.
All the Eternians gone.
That's why you never shoot the ending first. You lose all your extras.
Imagine if they ran out of money and that was our final shot of the film.
Oh my!
It goes right after this. Right after this, credits.
Yep.
That's it.
Credits.
He-Man 2.
He-Man 2 coming soon. That's it. Oh my God.
What about the close-ups? When every time they strike a sword, they do a close-up of Dolph Lundgren. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then they go back to the far shot, and he's going clank, and then back to close-up. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's an '80s thing. Beastmaster Conan. You gotta throw it in there.
Oh man.
Oh God! But yeah, we have our end finale fight. All He-Man had to do was just cut the spear. That's it. The staff broke. He lost all his powers. Like when Hulk Hogan, you take the bandana off, and Hulk Hogan's bald, he loses his strength. Same thing.
He gets insecure.
Yeah. I would have gone when Samson has his hair cut off, but definitely when Hulk takes off his bandana, has the same biblical connotations.
It's just shamed. He's just shamed.
Like, oh, there goes his power. He's gone. Hogan's weak now.
Goddamn bald guy.
Oh God!
I speak as a baldy. We're fine.
Hey, I told you that's the style. I told you that's the style now. Come on. That's the style. But yeah, we have our fight. Skeletor loses his power. He-Man's got the upper hand. Skeletor goes, Skeletor, it's over. And Skeletor goes, nah, for you. Boom. Blade comes out, goes for the kill. And, man, there's a lot of Street Fighter. I'm getting a connection here. I wonder whoever did Street Fighter was a fan of this movie. Because after he knocks Skeletor down and you get that really bad...
Palpatine drop?
Yeah, the Palpatine drop, right? And then, at the very end of the movie, after the end credits, just like Street Fighter, the villain comes back. Yeah. And he says, I'll be back.
Yep.
Skeletor's head pops out. I'll be back. Just out of curiosity, Sumo, I know you were entertained by the movie, but you didn't love it, which is still cool. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, what did Danielle think about it?
She didn't watch it with me. It was already too late. No, we got sidetracked and it was too late, so she didn't watch it with me. Yeah. So I watched it downstairs on my Chromebook downstairs on the table.
Oh, okay. I was just curious if she either fell asleep to it,
no,
or she was like, "Oh, this is hilarious," and she had a good time.
It was already too late. I got tired, so I just watched it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. All right, chat, you're still hanging with us. You guys rock. That's right. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for liking the video. Thanks for hanging out with James Kermack, Asian movie enthusiast, Sexy Sumo. And this guy over here, some schmuck named Samurai. But we get to our finale end, and Eric, you're very good with these monologue endings. Wrap up the film for us, sir. What happens next after Skeletor is defeated?
Oh, well, they get together, and they're kind of celebrating, and Courtney Cox and her boyfriend have to go home.
Boo.
She's so flustered by all of this, she forgets to ask Wilder to send her back in time to save her parents. But he put two and two together somehow and knew that she would want it. Maybe he saw a picture or something. I don't know. And then she wakes up in bed and then she realizes, oh, I'm back in time, and her parents are alive. On the day they're going to take the flight, she's like, don't take the flight. You know what I mean? Because she knows they're going to crash. And they think she's crazy. So she takes their car keys, runs out. And then her and her boyfriend meet up, and they have like a little orb, like in the Never-Ending Story, like the little orb thing.
Yeah.
And they look at it, and that's like your end. And then her parents take a cab to the airport and die anyway. Yeah. And then Skeletor pops out at the end.
Yeah. And don't forget, one of the best parts of the movie, this motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Staying back.
This guy in the back is amazing. He's playing an actual action figure.
He's like that punch dummy.
Look at his arms.
Yeah. Oh, what fun. And then we get our last shot of the movie before we go. The classic shot, I Have the Power, before it goes to end credits. Well, this was a blast talking about this, and it's very interesting. You guys... Eric and you, James, going behind the scenes and finding out about stories. I always knew this was a low budget movie. I mean, you could just look at it, but I did not know that whole in-fight sequence wasn't even supposed to be there. And they told the director, "You're done. Shut it down." And he had to fund his own money. He had to use his own money just to have that last fight scene. That's insane, dude. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And is it the movie that Master Universe fans of the cartoon, did it live up to their expectations? Probably, most likely not, right? But was it still a fun, entertaining romp with some familiar characters? Yeah. And you get, despite its low budget, you get some pretty good practical effects in this film. You know what I mean? You get some fun fight scenes. You get some memorable characters, but most of all, you get the fucking man. The fucking man. Just look at this motherfucker. Look at he's the reason to watch this movie. He is the fucking reason. And
there is no Thanos without Skeletor.
That's right. And I feel sorry whoever plays Skeletor next. Good luck. Because like I said before, even people who hate this movie, they don't say shit about Frank Langella as Skeletor. And, as like I said before, on record, he has gone on record saying, This is his most favorite role. He had so much fun playing this out of all the Oscar-nominated Academy Awards bullshit that he was in. I love Frank Langella. He's great. Played a pretty good Dracula, too. He was really good at Dracula. So, talking about this again with Lady Fatblood, because she came in and she's a fan of the movie, too. She was all about She-Ra growing up. She know what's up. He-Man and She-Ra. She knows what's up. But she feels the same way we do. It's like, yeah, it's not perfect. It's low budget. It's like, yeah, the whole movie had to take place on Earth. We didn't have budget for Eternia. We didn't have anything. And think about it. It probably would have cost a lot more then than now to create a whole world. Because now you could just, CG Eternia. There you go. CG your extras so it seems like there's more than 10 people standing around, right? You know, costs a lot of money. How the fuck were they supposed to do Battle Cat and how were they supposed to do all that stuff?
Or Orko.
There was no way they can do that back then. It was impossible. And I was thinking hard, and maybe I missed one, but what do you guys think? And chat, chime in with this too. Up to this point, was Masters of the Universe the very first attempt at a live act, and here in America, and we're not talking about Japan, very first attempt at a live action adaptation based off of a children's cartoon series? Is there anything else? Because I can't think of anything else. I might be wrong. Because G.I. Joe, Transformers, they were animated movies. You know what I mean? Animated shows had animated movies. Was this literally the first attempt at making a live action adaptation? You know what I mean?
Maybe.
I think potentially, yeah.
Yeah. So they tried. They had no budget, and they tried. But it's fun. It's definitely fun. But I get I understand the hate. I totally get it. I'm not going to convince anyone. No, man, Master of the Universe is awesome. I'm not going to do that. But I'm not here to do that. I'm here to just talk about, having fun watching this on TV. And even with all its flaws, it's still a fun watch. Now that there's no excuses now that we have bigger budget for nerdy properties now that we can do whatever we want, we could just think about it. It can happen now. Do you think a Masters of the Universe movie now would work?
You got to get the tone. You have to decide on the tone. You want to do serious, which is probably what they would do, really, right? They wouldn't go back to the goofy cartoon style. If you do it serious, the only thing is, who do you cast? You got to almost get an unknown dude, like a big bodybuilder dude, and just do what they do in some other countries, or even in the U.S., where you get like 10,000 cattle call. Give me 10,000 beefy dudes, and you bring them in, and you just test their acting. Bam, and just pick the one guy who's got some charisma. Bam, that might be how you cast the lead role in this.
Well, supposedly they have someone already for this movie coming out.
Well, he's kind of a teen heartthrob. Yeah,
with Channing Tatum in there.
Yeah. They had Channing Tatum in there. Then they had Jason Lewis, Sex and the City. It's been like eight times this nearly got up and running with directors. Like the first one was the sequel was supposed to be Albert Pyon, who did Cyborg.
Right.
He was supposed to direct the sequel, but then when He-Man Master of the Universe 2 didn't come off, they used the sets to make Cyborg, so they're the same sets that you would have had in Master of the Universe 2.
Okay, I did hear something like that. Yeah.
But then, the budgets have got. The David Goyer one was supposed to be dark and moody and a big Lord of the Rings style kind of epic world building. And I think that is, for this to work and for people to be happy about it, that's what it needs. It needs the Lord of the Rings world build and that serious tone.
Okay.
With a tongue-in-cheek element.
I got Wikipedia fired up. Did you know this, Samurai Guy, that a new He-Man film was reportedly being developed in 2007 to be directed by John Woo?
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It fell through.
How the fuck did that not happen? How did that not happen? That movie would have been rated R. That would have been fun. That would have been the goriest He-Man movie ever.
A lot of pigeons flying around.
The first time I thought about this guy, the first time I thought about a live action adaptation of Master Universe could, done better with bigger budget, came to my head was when I watched Thor Ragnarok. When I watched Thor, I'm not talking about the plot synopsis or anything like that. I'm talking about just visuals. Visuals. Asgard, big, huge, beautiful, colorful. We got creatures. We got monsters. We have, sword fights. We have the sci-fi element of He-Man is mixed in with the fantasy. People shooting laser blasters and guns and missiles and vehicles and jets with the magic and the sorcery stuff. That was the first time. I was just like, what? With big budget and a lot of care and a better script, I think it could be done right. I don't think they're going to go... I wouldn't mind a darker, more serious He-Man. I don't think Hollywood's going to risk that. I think they're still going to make it for kids. I think that's what they're going to do, unfortunately. But check this out.
But is there a lot of kids nowadays that watch He-Man?
See, that's another thing. Is like
because the new version of He-Man came out, but it wasn't that popular.
Right.
But I'm waiting for the Kevin Smith one to come out because that might be pretty good.
Really good voice actors for the Kevin Smith one, which Eric, you got to watch, man, because the sequel's right after the original show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. But maybe this new movie is kind of on the hush, or they haven't really went full blast on production yet, because maybe they want to see how the animated show does first, the Kevin Smith show. Mm-hmm. Maybe they want to see if that's really popular. Okay, greenlit the movie, go. Maybe that's why it's on hold. But just like I said, with the technology we have nowadays, we can make a lot of cool shit. But look at some of this concept art. I mean, the sky's the limit for creativity. Look at this concept art of Trapjaw. Look at this.
Nice.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Holding a severed head and everything.
And I'm sure fans would have wanted something like this in the Dolph Lundgren movie. But the thing is, look at that, and that needs budget. Mm-hmm. Right? And nobody, especially in the 80s, even Disney films in the 80s were not doing well. It wasn't until Little Mermaid came out where Disney was back on track. Even Disney movies in the 80s were and not making money. So nobody in the 80s, no Hollywood company is going to give a child property live action adaptation millions of dollars to do it right. They're not going to risk that kind of money. So in a way, we were kind of lucky to get what we kind of got, even though it's not perfect. We were kind of lucky to get Masters of the Universe back then.
So, but look at Buzz Off.
What's up?
Did they have any concept art for Buzz Off? I would love to see.
Check this out. Look at this shot of Skeletor here.
Oh damn!
Now these designs. This is what James is talking about, right, James? If they're going to go darker, more Lord of the Rings tone, yeah, these are the designs they should probably go with. Something like that.
I was hoping for the skeleton from Return of the Living Dead with the eyeballs still in the skull.
Yeah. So, Richard's asking, Sumo, when is the Kevin Smith animated series going to come out?
I follow him on Instagram and stuff, and he's still talking about it. They're still working on it, so he hasn't really given a release date on it.
Okay. So, but the voice actors, though, man, I want to watch it. And me and Sumo and Eric, we should review it. James is always too busy. It's going to be kind of hard to review episodes with him, but we should do it. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. Hey, did they watch Primal?
Which one?
Have they seen Primal?
Have you seen Primal, James?
Don't think so. What's Primal?
I don't think so.
It's fucking badass animated show, dude.
It is.
It's great, dude. When you look at the plot synopsis, it sounds like a Disney movie. A caveman and his dinosaur. A family picture. Oh, no. It's straight up rated R, bro. Like, it's great. Okay. And there's no dialogue. There's no dialogue.
Ooh, see, that's up my alley.
Yeah.
Just action.
If you have, good. Yeah. The action's brutal. Yeah, it's really good. You gotta watch some Primal here. Gilbert, what's going on, brother? Thanks for the dono. All right. Would Hugo Weaving work as Skeletor, James? Well, he kind of already did that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great actor, but I don't know. It's such a specific part. I mean, you know, we say like Alan Rickman when he did Die Hard, or even when he did Sheriff of Nottingham. You know, it's like this part will be married to this person forever. And I think maybe having someone who's already done those kind of roles wouldn't be. I think maybe getting someone who's like Langella had never done something like this before. So getting someone who's a really classical, classy actor who comes with all the kind of the Oscars and the BAFTAs and the Emmys, and they're suddenly doing Skeletor, will fill it with just this kind of epicness, I think, which is what we need.
Right.
Or if you go the skull route, the really dark skull, where you have a skull, you would just need a body performer, and you have a talented voice actor do the voice.
Oh, that can work too. So what you're saying is this design, right? And then we have, the voice actor could sound like this. Yes! I'll destroy all of you! Can you imagine? Could you imagine? That'd be the most hilarious thing ever. Be the darkest, scariest looking thing, but he sounds like that. Oh, man. Wasn't there Eric, you would probably know. Wasn't there a moment where Skeletor, these kids were trying to change his mind or something? It was like Christmas episode?
Yeah, it's the special Christmas special. The He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special. And they're like, well, don't you want to do good things? And he's like, but I like being evil. And if you're looking for the Skeletor to King Randor come in your royal boob, I watched the entire anime show. It's not in the show. It's in the separate, Secret of the Sword movie with He-Man. So you got to get the Secret of the Sword movie to get that quote. That was driving me crazy.
Because it's PG, and the show is rated G, so that would be PG.
I was laughing my ass off hearing Skeletor say, "You royal boob!" I was dying. I almost fell off my chair. It was like in tears. All right, so let's get to our verdict here. At the end, it was a blast and a lot of fun, reminiscing over the good and the bad of Masters Universe. It was a blast. Let's go ahead and get to it. So, just to remind everyone in chat, don't forget Movie Dojo Army. We will be posting your results because you voted as well. So, I'm always going to do that for you guys. Make sure you guys' voice is heard. The Movie Dojo Army voices are heard. Again, don't forget to, subscribe to Eric. That's right, and follow James Kermack's work. But we'll get to that a little bit later. And again, thank you guys for watching and liking the video. You guys rock, hanging out with the old samurai. But is it really that bad? Masters of the Universe. We're not saying it's high art. We're not saying it's the greatest movie of all time, right? But is it really as bad, as low, as the Rotten Tomato critics score? Is it really as low as 13% out of 100? Yeah. Oh, wait. Well, hold on a second. You okay? You all right? What? I just shocked Lady Fat Blood over here. She was drinking her vitamins. So she's like, what? She didn't know. You okay? She did not know. She didn't know the score was this low. Are you okay? You want to chime in and say yay or nay? Yeah. She's looking at me. She's like, yeah, this is bullshit. 13% is ridiculous. All right. So that's her vote. She just threw it in there. Eric, I know what your answer is. James, I know what your answer is. It is not as low as 13%. Sumo, you may feel different. You may think.
No, I don't think it's that low. I like it. I said, remember, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I'm right in the middle, so I think it's a higher performance or percent than 13.
Than 13, right?
Oh,
what would you get? What would you give it out of curiosity?
I'd probably put it somewhere in the high to mid 50s.
Wow,
right.
I thought you were going to go lower than that. That's pretty cool.
No.
Yeah, it's fun. It's harmless fun, right?
I mean, am I going to watch it every day? No. I'll probably watch it like in 2-3 years.
Right.
Blow the dust off the cover. You know what? I'm watching Masters of the Universe. Let's put it on.
All right, now let me show Movie Dojo's Army's poll results. Their vote here. Did the Movie Dojo Army think it deserved to be 13%? Like, fuck this movie. Or you're like, you know what? It's not great, but it's definitely not as low as 13%. That's fucking insane. Let's check it out. Here we go. Drum roll. Eric, drum roll. Okay, fuck the drum. There you go. There you go. Drum roll. All right, here we go. Movie Dojo Army.
Ta-da!
Boom!
there you go.
Wow! By a landslide, Movie Dojo Army agreed. It deserves to be higher than 13%. Check that out. Wow. That's awesome. That is good.
Eric.
So, go
Eric,
ahead.
seeing those figurines, I'm hoping that if they do make another He-Man movie, they have the battle damage armor.
Oh yeah, that's this guy.
Like, imagine that in the movie when they get hit in the chest, their chest flips and there's damage. That'd be great.
Best toys ever. So, Master Universe gets the pass tonight. It gets a pass. It has passed the test. It is not high art, but with no budget, what are you going to do? They did the best they could. So, this was a lot of fun. Oh, I forgot to show this really quick. Because I'm a nerd. I got some Master Universe figs based off the movie from Big Bad Toy Store. So we got bootleg Dolph here.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
Did it come with grease on the side?
Yeah, it comes with grease. Yes. They got some Dolph, right? We got Frank Langella Skeletor here.
That's cool.
There you go.
That's
there
cool.
you go. There you go. And, of course, I got to represent.
The cow.
Yes, the cow. We got God Skeletor here as well. That's right. You got to represent the nerds.
No
Represent.
with a bucket of ribs.
Show them your shirt. No, represent sci-fi fantasy. Do swords. This is Lady Fat Blood's new shirt.
It's not.
Just show them the shirt.
It's not He-Man.
So what? Swords.
Show the shirt.
It's not He-Man.
Show the shirt. Show the shirt.
It's
Go
not
ahead.
He-Man.
Show it. That's right. Can you guess the symbol?
You probably
It's a
can't.
Highlander.
Yeah, Kurgan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Kurgan, son.
Cool.
That's a badass
Oh,
t-shirt.
get the back. Get the back. What's it say on the back? Turn around.
Oh my god.
Show
What's
the
that?
only
back.
one.
Show-
No,
It's better.
Burn
It's
out.
better. There you go. Yeah.
Fade away.
Fade away.
That's my girl. Oh, she's over here.
My
That's
name's
my
Kate
lady
Moody.
right there.
Of course you are.
Of course you are. Yeah. That's how we rock and roll right there. That's my girl right there. Yeah, wearing Kurgan shirt
That's classic.
because she wanted it.
Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs. There you go. Let's go
One
back
other
to
thing to
chat
check
here.
out, He-Man related. When I was a kid, my mom got me a vinyl record, and it's two-sided, and it's like 20 minutes on each side, and it's
Yep.
like a He-Man story-like thing where you have voice actors going through a separate little story, and it's darker than the cartoon. It's kind of like a serious version of it, and you
Alright.
can find it on YouTube. I think you just like Masters of the Universe vinyl, side A and 1 and 2 or something like that, and you should be able to find it. It's pretty cool.
Oh, all right. That's cool. That's a fun fact. So I don't know, man. Fingers crossed, I guess, for any future Master Universe properties. Hopefully, if we never ever get. Hopefully this new show's awesome. If this new show's awesome, we're going to sing its praises, and maybe we don't need a live action adaptation at this point. We'll just be happy with just something good.
Remember, Kevin Smith is kind of like us, man. He grew up with all that stuff, so
Yeah.
he knows all the ins and outs on that character.
But I'd be lying if I would, if I told you I wouldn't be excited. I would be excited if a live action adaptation did come out with a huge budget, and I'd be first in line. I'd be the first in line buying the ticket.
I'm gonna laugh to come up with a new He-Man movie, and the majority it's him as Prince Adam, and that's it.
That's the Hollywood. That's the Hollywood version. They're gonna do a
Prince Adam?
prequel. Yeah,
Oh.
Prince Adam. There you go.
Yep.
And they get mad while nobody went to go see the fucking movie. They get mad and make excuses. I thought people would like that.
He's got to have the dome
No.
haircut, man.
Disney will get the rights. No, actually, this might be fun. No, Disney will get the rights, and they'll do a new spin on it, and it'll be called Evil Lynn. And it'll be her origin story.
God damn it.
Talking about how she's just a misunderstood lady.
God damn it.
Okay, I'm going
Trouble
now.
child.
That's it. Someone in Hollywood is watching right now, taking notes. God
her and
damn
She-Ra
it.
were best friends.
Yeah, that'll be announced next Monday.
Yep, her and She-Ra were best friends.
Oh Jesus!
Yep, at one point. God damn it!
Wicked
Because
on
you,
Eternia.
Yep, they were
God
best
damn it.
friends. They were best friends, and Prince Adam came between them, and that's it. There's
That's
your
it.
story.
Time to fight over Prince Adam. Yes. Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Lady Fat Blood knows what's up. All right, I don't want to keep you knuckleheads too long. I know Sexy Sumo's got to go to work. James is always fucking working. And let's go ahead and let's segue here to remind chat what to do, for these badasses here. All right, I'm going to need all of you guys to go subscribe to the Asian Movie Enthusiast. That's right. And also, I'm going to need you guys to watch James Kermack's movie Knuckle Dust. It's fucking badass. And subscribe to the Phat Samurai Guy if you haven't. He has new merch store as well. Buy a mug. Drink it. That's right. Be badasses.
That's literally the best review I've had so far in the film.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
Samurai, you got to end it though. You can't say good. See you later. You got to say good journey.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, guys. Before we segue out of here, don't forget this Wednesday. All right, the next Is It Really That Bad episode. I'm going to be with Jesse. We're going to be talking about The Shadow. That's right. Only the Shadow knows. Is it really that bad? That's the next episode. And Thursday's the big day. Versus episode. We got directors showing up, martial arts stuntmen, everyone. Eric is going to be there. Sumo, you're not there, right? You're busy, right?
I don't know where I'm at. I'm somewhere.
Okay. Well, let me know when we get
When is
offline. This Thursday. Let me know if you want in.
What are you covering?
It's the Versus episode. The Raid, son, versus Dread 2012. Yo, chat. Yo, you got to show up for this. The Raid versus Dread 2012, son. This is good. This is good. You gonna be in?
I'll be there in chat. I won't be able to be there.
Okay.
I won't have time to watch them.
All right. If James wasn't busy, he'd be there too. But yeah, you guys got to be there. That's right, 6 p.m. Pacific time. But it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a fun time. Gotta love these Versus episodes. They're getting better and better every week. They're getting more hilarious too. Eric, you guys had me laughing last week. Jesus Christ, I was in tears. Shawshank Redemption versus Ricky O. Oh my God, I couldn't stop laughing after that. So don't forget to show up to that, guys. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end it here. Thanks again for watching. You guys are badasses. And remember, good journey.
Good journey.
Have a good one, guys.